Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Judy and I'm going to do another Siri spin today. And here's my list, and I already pulled the numbers and I can't believe I pulled colored pencils again. So I've decided I'm not going to do doubles. If I pull a double, I can use it if I want, or I can pick another number. So I spun and got number one. Or no, excuse me, I didn't get number one. I got 69 paper clips, which is fine. Now I also got journaling cards, and I did those before. So I thought, well, either I do doubles or I don't. If I want to, I can. If I don't, it's my choice, right? So I crossed it off, and I said, if I'm going to cross them off, I'm going to start using numbers that I haven't used, and I'm going to start with number one. So number one was using a 12 by 12 pad. So if all that doesn't make sense, just forget you heard me say it. And moving on, number 102 is tags, so that's good. 72 is pattern scissors. That'll be an oldie but goodie. And number 48 is flowers, and believe me, I'm not using foam flowers. This will be an easier one. Flowers is easy. I love flowers. I have them everywhere. So I have a bunch of pictures I'm going to use because the design is a block design, and I love this design. It's great for pictures, smaller pictures on one page. And I pulled out a bunch of old pictures that I have that I can put on a block design layout using these things. And I pulled out a 12 by 12 pad that's older. And here are the pictures I'm going to be using. I've got 3 pictures of all of the my kids and their cousins from Pittsburgh. 3 pictures of my daughter when she was a baby, or excuse me, 4 pictures, and 3 pictures of her when she was a newborn. So they're smaller pictures. They can be cut down and used on a block design very easily. And because the pictures are older and kind of discolored, I wanted to use a bright pattern, but not more modern. Okay. So this is really fun, whimsical, kiddo type of paper pad, and I love owls. So I'll do a flip through and see what we've got. I've got 3 sheets of every one. There's my flowers. That's kind of dark though. This one's just a piece that's been used. Oh, I love yellow. Yellow will wash out my pictures though, so we'll see. A really nice dot. That's fun, but all my pictures are inside, so we won't do outside. There's a nice flower one that I could use. Just a nice pink, and these have a little texture to them, so they're really fun, especially for the baby. A nice stripe. That's a dark one. And just some birds. Oh, big dot. That could be good for one of my blocks. A nice red. This would be good for my son's coat. It has red in it, so we could draw that in. And there's the squares for a block. Oops, I missed one. Okay. This flower. So this color's a little dark though. My picture's already dark. I need something bright. This one's good. I could use those to cut out. Oh, I like that orange. Let's see. There's a nice fun green. I like the leaves, but again, it's dark. Oh, there's like a peacock color. Let me see. And then if you put your pictures on it, look at how that washes it out, right? So that probably won't be a go, even though I like that color. And then the owls, I like this one. Okay, so those are the papers in this pad that I can use. And I will come back and see what else I've pulled in a minute. Okay, I have gone through a bunch of my stuff and I found my tweezers, so now I can hold things that are glued and then drying. I found some of my scissors, although I didn't find all of them. I know I have more, but these are a good selection of things that I can use. I had some tags on my desk, so I pulled them out, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to use manila. So I pulled out my tag drawer tags. So in here is a selection of all kinds of tags that I can pick from. That's oodles and oodles of them. So I'll go through those and see what I've got. I pulled out these journaling cards again because they were on my desk. And I'm going to try to incorporate this one that I tried to on the layout of my dad. And I had some other papers I want to try to use. So I'm trying to use what's on my desk in the kind of design that my pictures are. So they're all about the kiddos. So the kid pages are still good. So that's what I have there. And then I had to get paper clips, and I just wanted to mention that I like using the plastic coated ones. I found some blue, I've got a red and orange, only because these could rust, and I don't want to put anything that could rust in my scrapbook. So I prefer the plastic coated ones. And I also, as I was going through my embellishments, I found one that was already pre-made. Look at this. And this is from a swap that I was just involved in. And it's made by Darlise Bullock in Ohio. So I'm going to try to incorporate her handmade paper clip in one of my layouts. All right, so I'm going to get to work. Okay, I wanted to get on and show you some of the tags, and I found some really cute ones. Look at, they're already stamped with little cupcakes, and I think that was the the stuff that puffs up, puffy paint, or that you heat with your heat gun and it puffs up. So those are really cute. I don't think the metal color is right, nor are they birthday, but they don't have to be birthday pictures. I could still use those. So I pulled some white ones with silver because I thought if I wanted to stamp on them, the white would be good. But I found some really fun ones here. Look at, they're colored with the vellum. So I'm gonna see maybe that green I could use. And then I also found these, and God knows where I got these. I really have no idea. But these are good. Oh, there's some little, oh, there's some pink ones. Look at, those would work. Oh, and the yellow. I do like the yellow. All right, so those are a possibility. And then I also found some of these tags. Do you remember doing these? These are those chipboard tags. And I stamped and embossed on them. They're the laminate. Look at that. So I have these that I could do. They're all different colors. This one was inked. Oh, is this stuck? Nope. That one has ink on it, but nothing else. Looks like I painted them. That one is stamped image, inked. So cool. Forget about all these cool things that I did way back then. And just the black, that would be great embossed. Oh, look at that one. Okay, so possibilities there, maybe not for these layouts, but for future, just so I know I have them. It's so much fun. And this is a baggie of all different sizes and colors. So, like I said, probably not the manila, but these little yellow ones would work. And the off-white would be okay. I don't think I'd need silver that much. Oh, what's this one? Oh, look at it, it's a price tag. That one might work. So much fun to go through this stuff. Oh, and there's just colored ones that are circles. All right, so good possibilities there, right? Okay, look at all this goodness, right? Or you could say, oh, look at all that mess. So I pulled out, I'm doing 3 layouts, of course, and they're all going to be a different base color. And you can see one there, one here, and one here. However, some of the items can be incorporated into different layouts or more than one. So I'm going to go through now and I'm going to actually start working on a layout and setting it up. This first layout is of my daughter when she was probably 6 or 7 months old, and she learned a really neat trick, she thought, to raise her hands up and giggle hysterically when we asked her how big she was. And when my mom came over one day, we told her to ask Jenny as she was holding her, and Jenny was just staring at her like, ask me, ask me. She couldn't wait. She was such a smart baby, oh my goodness. And my mom asked her, and it was just so funny. I'm so glad I caught it in photos. I do need to learn how to edit my photos to improve them. These old photos, just some of them are washed out, too light, too dark, but they're precious nonetheless. And I do like to map all of my photos, and I finagle these mats to fit. I didn't want to get off my chair to go get some fresh pieces of cardstock, and I wanted to use my scraps, so I made them work. And you know, once the layout is all done and all the embellishments are on, you can't even tell unless you really look to see where the layers are cut. So I am fine with doing this and using up those scraps. And I do want to say that I think all 4 of these layouts are basically the same. They are blocks, and I put the photos in a grid on top of the blocks and just embellished around it. And I love doing this. It is a really easy, simple way to scrapbook, but you have a lot of room for embellishments, and it showcases your photos because they're right in the center up front. Of course, I did find that having the photos all the same size is most pleasing to me. Having different size photos never works for me. It just looks too odd. So I am looking for some tags to use, and I love those colored tags. They were soft and fun, and that yellow looks really good. I really like that glitter paper, the circles, but the circles just were not working. I try things, but it doesn't always work out, and I'm okay with that. So I'm looking for some other tags or journaling cards to use on this, and let's see if I'm going to find something here. Oh, I found a flower to use. Yeah, because I'm supposed to get flowers on these layouts, and flowers are usually not very hard until you are supposed to use them, right? So I found some on my desk, and I'm going to color them with colored pencils, and you'll see that at the end. They look really nice, and they were on my desk in my stash, so now they're on a page, so good for me. And I looked at all the little sticker sheets, what have you, I had on my desk, trying to find out what might work. I didn't stick it down yet. Sometimes I'll pull them off and put them on a piece of vellum or a sticker sheet that has been used and is blank, you know, the release paper or wax paper or what have you. But I thought I'm going to be using several layouts, doing several layouts, so I can just leaf through the sticker sheets as I go through them. And this is the second layout, and I'm going to get all of these things off and start putting it together as well. And I got to cut it down, but I'm going to, am I going to cut it down first? Yep. And then I put the photos in the middle. I wanted a lot of yellow because that brown was so dark, but the brown was really pretty with those flowers. And then of course the title I picked bloom and grow goes with the baby and the flowers. And this is my daughter when she was a newborn, and again my mom is with her. Precious photos again. You know, even though they're washed out and dark, they are the only ones I have, so they're going to go in the scrapbook and be protected. And this paper that I'm using as a mat is a trial of using ink and the smooshing technique with packaging, and I did it on just some white cardstock, and it was sitting on my desk, and I thought these colors match perfectly, so I'll use them as mats rather than throwing it away. So there you go. Now here you see I am pulling in circles, and they worked out really well. And all those little embellishments, you know, I picked them out and put them in a pile, and then I tried to incorporate them and see what works and what doesn't. So as I was doing the voiceover, that really confused me because I thought maybe I doubled up on the video, but I just didn't have that yellow piece down on my face yet, so that's what that was. And now I'm going through and just seeing what I can make work with all my little embellishments, and that was a little tag that says precious. And that green tag is going to be a ledge or a shelf for my giraffe and my precious to sit on, and I'm using the scissors to cut out that little journaling card. Now I can't cut a straight line for the life of me, so I had to use pencil and pencil line, and yeah, no matter what, I gotta measure. It's sad. I can fussy cut fine, I can go around circles fine, but in a straight line, And I think a lot of us are like that. I don't know why, right? But, you know, bring out a pencil, make a line, cut along the line, especially with those fancy scissors, right? I'm trying to match up the design as you go. I think it looks really good, though. I really like how it turned out on that journaling card. It just adds some interest. And I'm just building my little cluster there in the corner before I tape it down. Sometimes it helps for me to do the reverse layering like that. And I don't have to try and tuck things under and pull it up, and yeah, it can be a mess sometimes. However, I did forget the circle element in that corner, but you will see how I fix that in a moment. And for the life of me, I can't find the L for bloom. I was so mad. It's got to be somewhere. I looked through everything. I turned off the camera and went through everything, couldn't find it. So I have to make an L, and you'll see that coming up as well. And that little glue bottle is from a friend of mine. She showed me a trick to put PVA glue in those little bottles. She had a whole bunch of them she bought on Amazon, and then you fill them up with PVA glue and it doesn't get plugged. So I told her I'd give it a try and see how it is, because hey, I'm always open to new things to see if they work, and it does. It works good. Even if I do love my liquid glass, the seepage is not a good thing, and I just need to be better at using it. It's the problem, not the product, it's me. So now we're on to the last layout, and I'm using the red stripe there, and these kiddos are they were just had a ball this day. We couldn't hardly get them to sit down to take a picture. And I change it up here because that is not the order my pictures are in on the final layout, so we'll see when that happens. And that journaling card, I really wanted to use that monkey because, you know, they are all monkeys. And the blue, I had it down at the bottom. I love that scallop border at the bottom, and I wanted to bring the blue up to the top, but I struggled with it, and you'll see that here. And this is one that I cut out again with the fancy scissors, but I didn't get it straight and had to keep redoing it. And that journaling box right there just didn't work. It bothered me the whole time while I was working on it. And there I rearranged my photos. Oh, good. And I just looked at it. I'm like, hey, something's not right. Something's not right. And I did have to actually layer that red onto a darker green to matte it. And it really made it pop. It was good. So sometimes if it doesn't look right, you know, try another matte. It's always my motto. So now I'm pulling out all the embellishments I had for this layout to see what would work, and you'll see that journaling spot just isn't doing it. No, get it off of there. I did love that little bear in the corner there. That was so cute. That was from a baby boy collection that was hanging around my desk for a year maybe. My desk is relatively clean, but there's a pile of stuff to the side that I go through and pull things from, and that's where it was. So there's the flowers I'm trying to pull in. And I'm thinking, yeah, this looks pretty good. So there's the fussy cutting of the bear. Okay, now I'm going back to finalize this layout, and you will see that. And here I'm going to use the colored pencils on these flowers, and these are on espresso. It's a dark brown color from Close to My Heart, and I colored the flowers with white and the leaves with the green, and went through and used the rubbing alcohol to break down the wax and the colored pencil to blend it. Oh, that really works so good. That's a really good thing that I've learned this week, using the colored pencils. Blends really nice, gives a nice soft look. So if I pull colored pencils again, I'm going to be okay with it. Now that I've used them a few times, I'm getting better. See? So that's how we learn, right? And that little fantastic tool is just a blender tool for colored pencils. And they're relatively inexpensive, probably at Michael's or wherever colored pencils can be found, right? See how soft and pretty that is? It really is nice. And you don't have to do any detailed coloring to achieve the look. And there I pulled out a dark green pencil, but it wasn't. It was a gray one, and when I blended it, it was really bad, so I had to cut it off. That was okay. I had another leaf laying around that I could use in place. And look at these old alphabet stickers. Now, I was hoping that they might be okay, but then after I do all of this, I do pull them back off and put glue under them just to make sure they don't pull off in the scrapbook. And I like the white on the light pink and the yellow. It's really soft, and it works really good. You can see it really well on the layout itself, even though it doesn't look real like it stands out in the video. And yeah, that didn't work either. I like those little journaling, what do you call them? Journaling clouds, journaling quote things. I'll think of the word later. But anyway, it didn't work. A lot of people don't like them, but I'm okay with them. Cut the tab off. Alright, so there's the paper clip I got on that one. And I just attached all those little tags to it, and I thought that was a really cute idea. That worked out really well. And the strings are over the photo, but they're not covering up anything important, so it was really good, and it draws your eye to the title. And then I covered up where the paper clip was attached. I didn't cover the whole paper clip, but I covered it with some of the flowers. And I made sure the flowers didn't cover up the owl underneath. You know, they were on top of the owl, but they didn't cover him up where it looked funny, and you know, he was hidden underneath it. So I like to do that and take note of what's in the background. And I found a little tag that was white, and it didn't show up on that journaling vellum tag, so I just put some pink colored pencil around the outside and blended it, and it just made a really nice soft highlight. And you'll see that in the close-ups at the end. There are a lot of close-ups of all of the embellishments and photos of the layouts at the end. And that quote says, "Believe in daydreams," and that fits her really well. Alright, we're on to the next layout, and we're going to finalize this one now. And now I'm trying to find out what to use to make my L for Bloom. So I cut it out of this gold paper that I have, and you know, it's a nice thing about buying a lot of stuff from the same company. When you need something, you can usually finagle it out of another product they may have. So these are all close to my heart things, and the gold from the paper matched the gold in the title. And I'm gluing down all the hearts now. I do use the paper clip there as a shell for my title, the Grow, and that worked out really well. I love that little flag that I got. And I used my corner rounder to round the top of the L for Bloom because the letters were kind of rounded. So that's a little tip, use that corner rounder. And you just stick it in straight, not at an angle. Okay, so on to the last layout. And wow, 3 layouts in one video. This was quite a long video, that's why I sped it up. And there, I didn't cut that straight and had to recut it again. But that's okay, it's straight now. Now there I am showing how those flowers blended out, and it was really fast, sorry. I colored 3 of the petals before and then colored the last petal on camera so that you could see that. And I used the tag again for a little shell for the bear to sit on. And I put a little heart on him for his heart. And then I pulled in the red to sprinkle throughout in that diagonal direction. Again, another diagonal, but that's okay. You know, instead of 3 embellishment clusters, I've got 2, a big one and a little one, and that's okay. You know, they always say do it in 3s, but if 2 works, then 2 it is. And I love this title. Oh my gosh, it fits perfectly because these guys were just having a ball this day. This was up at Grandpa's house, and they don't see these cousins very much, so they had a ball playing. Little animals in the house, yes. So thank you for watching. Please like, give me a comment if you could. Let me know if you like these videos like this. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and take care. Have a great day.